All right, all right, my fellow viewers and fellow friends of Ambazonians and Ambazonians. Welcome to this first live broadcast after a very long time. I'm very glad to be here today for us to have a new discussion. I have very interesting things to present to all of you.
Have you heard, have you heard the news about the genocide going on in Ambazonia? Phobia of Cameroun on 11/20/2017 declared war against Ambazonia. What a shame. This is a big disgrace. All this happening in the eyes of the world. Where is the United Nations? European Union? Where is organization?
All right, my fellow Ambazonians and friends of Ambazonians, I'll be with my brother Lucas Asu. Today we will talk for Pidgin. um, a lot of things, interesting things that go on. We don't get very important intelligence. Would it be very relevant and it be very important for the Ambazonian people them to understand, place with the direction we were revolution the take 'em, how the revolution don't the enter inside the big politics within the international system, and how the big power players of the world they don't gain interest for what did happen for Ambazonia, and every person he want gain from Ambazonia. Every now they don't enter in a fight between the giants of the world for prove themselves for what did happen for Ambazonia. So intelligence don't come out, say the military accord with the Russian government and the Cameroun colonial government, they don't sign them, it will get an impact directly within the Ambazonian territory. The military accord with the Russian government and the Cameroon government don't sign them. From the intelligence we come on now, it is show now say it will get impact, it will get a direct effect on the ground for the fighting where it take place between Cameroon and Ambazonia inside the Ambazonian territory. Make we bring on this French diplomat. Now in this French diplomat, he don't write talk say they say the British government, he don't send a message to the Russian government for warn the Russian government. Say if the Russian government it deploy the Russian mercenaries, what they call them say Wagner. If Russia deploy the Russian mercenaries, with some of them, plenty of them, they did for Central Africa, they did for Mali, they did for Sudan. If Russia deploy those mercenaries, the underground black forces of the Russian government, if it deploy them for Ambazonian territory, for fight against the Ambazonian liberation, and in favor of Pobia, for help Pobia for reoccupy Ambazonia, the British government, it don't want Russia, say the British government go deploy the British special forces into the Ambazonian territory for stop the Russian mercenaries for fight for inside Ambazonia. Now the intelligence that will circulate within the diplomatic community, and one of these French diplomat them, he actually put the information out for Twitter. I put the English version of the tweet. And that the English version talks say the English sent us a message that if no one stops Wagner Russian mercenaries in Africa, especially if they return to English-speaking part of Cameroon, the British Special Forces Services will take care in stopping them. That's all they take the talk. Now the Wagner, now the Russian mercenaries, now their logo this, now their logo this, and now the some of the forces and this what they did for Central Africa right now. Some of their forces and now those Russian mercenaries and that now then that they did for Central Africa. I'm gonna tell you now which they do for Central Africa. According to the information where it don't come out, currently these Russian mercenaries, where they call them say Wagner, now a private force where the Russian government it create them and it be run by now one of the Russian oligarchs. Let me see now an elite for Russia. Now they run this dark underground force of the Russian government. But the Russian government don't talk say no be na the negata, not just a private military. But according to Israelis intelligence and the intelligence from the international community, including the CIA, it points say na Russia, the Russian government it directly control Wagner. Right now, this force, they don't operate from Mozambique. Currently, they did for 3 main countries for Africa. They did for the Central African Republic. They did for Sudan. They did for Mali. And now this Wagner, now they really run the government for Central African Republic. And the goal for this force, the African countries that they always use this force for do 2 things. For help them for fight insurgency, which means an internal rebellion, and for help for any government for Africa where they face stiff opposition. This force, they use this force for crush any internal rebellion and any internal opposition for challenge a government, a dictator for most parts of Africa. The reason I say, and also any military force will take over the government of any African state. Now they always rely on these forces them for give them the backup so that Russia it could recognize that government, and in the number one they get recognition from the Russian government. Number 2, they get military muscle for being able to hold the military government. And so how did they receive their pay? The Russian government did they receive pay, number 1, so that they get the primary access for gain access for the oil for those countries, for get access for their natural gas, for get access for their gold, their diamond, and their valuable mineral resources. For right now, Africa now the playground where Russia they fight a hybrid war. They fight a political war with the West, and they also fight a military dominant with the West. So now a combination of those 2 things, and so that they use this force now as a force for gain new level of power. We now we live now in a world where there be only one superpower. They now we live now in a world of multipolar world. Let me say that many mighty players they did for the world, not only the United States, and that's why this world dominance, the quest for international dominance, that way it go on now, and so the Ambazonian liberation now, it don't gain so much international attention, it don't gain so much international attraction, where even the big countries, them, even Russia, the UK, they don't gain interest. Why? Because of the strategic importance of the Ambazonian territory, because of the strategic significance of the Ambazonian location in terms of the geographic location of Ambazonia. It make me be very influential for how businesses, international commerce and trade for Africa, it go be conducted. And so every person now, they try to get a foothold for that place where they call and say Ambazonia. So Ambazonian liberation, they gain a lot of international attention. But some of this attention, it not really be good for the Ambazonian people then, as much as we like to say it help make the world know about this problem, but also it don't become now a place where the big powers them now they fight for who go maintain, who go help Pobia for maintain control, or who go help, how they go help Ambazonians the fit kick La Republique do Cameroun out. And now for year way, this fight now it don't enter between the Russians and the government of the United Kingdom. Whether the government of the United Kingdom it is just the talk or it is just the threaten the Russians, we don't know. Whether the government of the United Kingdom it will actually deploy British special forces into the Ambazonian territory if the Russians they send these mercenaries for Kanhelepobia for fight against Ambazonia. We don't know. All these things now intelligence, all these things now information. Now all we need for know these things and for know how they will play out, and then for know how for also strategically position ourselves and then know how for pivot. That's how they get this discussion. That's how they bring this information out. That's how they get this conversation with our people them. No matter the intelligence, not ever throw away any intelligence. Take them and see how if you make good use of it. Whether it be important, whether it not be important, but all we don't know this how the Russian military accord with La République du Cameroun it go eventually play out. But from intelligence cables, we see how the direction way it go. Now, as all we know, a few days ago, about just under a week ago, the leader of Ambazonian liberation, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, the man will overget plenty sense, when they ask you this question about what you think about this Russian Cameroon military accord and how it will affect the Ambazonian resistance. The leader tell the Ambazonian people, say, look, it never really shows say the Russian them, they don't play any part for fight against any people the way they fight for self-determination. The leader talks say, based on their own research, it never really show like that. But the Russian they need really intervene for when a people them they stand for their right for self-determination. The Russian they really intervene. They go only intervene now when they want fight the West, they want fight France, they want fight England. And so we see now say, yes, they want fight England for Ambazonia. They want fight against France for Ambazonia. They want help. They want try for help La République for Ambazonia. So now so the intelligence they talk, but the leader they assure the Ambazonian people say, no matter what happen, whether not the Russians them, they deploy their mercenaries, their undercover forces them inside Ambazonia for help La République du Cameroun, the Ambazonian liberation strategy, the way where they design them, even if they bring the entire army for all over the world for inside Ambazonia, they no go fit for succeed for help La République du Cameroun for keep the Ambazonian people them under occupation. The Ambazonian liberation strategy, they design them for the way no matter what happen, no matter whether na who they come inside Ambazonia, whether na France, Russia, America, all they pour all their forces them inside Ambazonia, La République du Cameroun it no go fit for ever and ever and ever and ever for maintain its occupation inside Ambazonia. That's what the leader he take he talk away. So the information that we're talking about bring them for now, it be very critical for we for the pay attention for all the things and what they happen at any time. So now the information that I know say I never talk for for this platform for a very long time. I go come for here live every single day because of the way my own thing, my work time and my own activities, the time don't change. I go come for here, whether not for night, for drop information, when I fit always follow this platform for make sure say when I get updates, but when I know say they will transmit this information also directly to the Ambazonian people for ACN. We do our best to make sure say we'll keep how they talk to we stay current with anything when it happen at any time. Whether na for ground zero, 12 o'clock for night, if something happen, I go drop them for una for here. All right? So una take care of each other. Una share them, una subscribe for this our channel. We do a lot of work for here, almost on a daily basis. Sometimes it will be 2 times a day. It depends what they for the leader a desk and what they for the leader a table. I go always bring una that information. All right? Make una stay fine. God bless all man. Una take care.